Alright, listen up, bitch. Setting of Siddhartha, right? It's India, you know, this little country, this is Asia, this is India, it's in the fucking peninsula, anyways. Siddhartha takes place here, the book, written by Herman Hesse. Anyways, there's a caste system, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. Up top here, you got the Brahmins, the Brahmins, or the Bromans, as I like to call them. And in the bottom here, you got the Untouchables. They basically did stuff like handle human waste and human bodies. Over here, you got the servants. Here, you got the merchants. And here, you got the nobility. So just royalty, stuff like that. Princes, kings, whatever. They fit into this category right here. Yeah, so, and the caste system pretty much lasted of like 2,000 years, something. Started in the BC, lasted all the way until whatever. Anyways, the point is, it lasted a long time, and it was it had like a bunch of morals. For example, Hinduism. You got 4 morals. You got the kama, which is pursuing pleasure, and you got the moksha, which is the pursuit of killing yourself, and that's a noose, by the way. You got dharma, which is the virtue of being a good lad, and being kind and being virtuous and being good, and artha, which is basically you gotta, how your parents are always telling you to move out and get a job. Well, that's that's what that virtue is. Anyways, you also got the 4 stages of life for Hinduism. 4 stages. You got the student. That's when you're learning. That's the first stage. The second stage is householder. It's basically you're like a handmaid. You gotta take care of the house and whatever. You're sort of like you gotta like cook and clean and laundry and whatnot. So I guess I'll just draw a picture of a house to accompany that. And you got the retired, which is the end of your life. You're an old guy now. You've already experienced everything beforehand. And the last stage is the ascetic. It's the kind of acid, but also in this case it means when you devote your life entirely to spiritualicism and the rejection of being sane, and instead focusing completely on meditation and rejecting worldly pleasures that you may have experienced in the first 3 stages of your life. Now that we got that explanation out of the way, here's why Hinduism is complete bullshit. Around 623 BC, there's this guy called Siddhartha Gotama. He was a really sick lad. All right, he was an Indian prince. 623 BC. When he was 29 years old, he left his family to go walk all around the globe for these are trees all around the globe. This is Siddhartha. Everywhere for 6 whole years. So until he was 35. And he was basically just an ascetic, meditating and denying yourself pleasures like water and food and wearing clothes or whatever. I don't know if that last part is true, but I assume that's part of the package. Anyways, he realized eventually that trying to discover himself... Oh, wrong brush. Alright, he realized eventually that trying to discover yourself is futile, and you'll never discover yourself, and walking the earth and not eating and not drinking anything is not going to do anything for you. So eventually he developed a strategy called the middle way, which is there's this way, which is this extreme, which is completely being self-denial, not eating, not drinking, not not anything, and self-indulgence, which is doing whatever the heck you want, like eating all this everything and drinking water every once in a while, being all self-indulgent and whatnot. There's a middle path, which is neither self-denial nor self-indulgency. And he was like, yo, this is how I discover myself. And one day he was sitting under a tree, right? He was sitting under a tree meditating, the mad lad, and he discovered enlightenment. He was like, I am enlightened now. Oh, this is such an experience. Oh. And so he reached nirvana. And here is how you reach nirvana as well. First step, recognize 4 main truths. The first truth is, suffering. Suffering is everywhere. Everything is suffering. Being a human is suffering. You just gotta understand that fact and get over it. And desire is what causes suffering. If you desire something, you suffer, baby. And third step, if you just end your desire, then you will end your suffering. It's pretty simple. Mathematics. It's simple math, Stop desiring stuff, stop suffering. Easy. And in order to achieve this, you will need to take the Eightfold Path. There's only 4 cornerstones of the Eightfold Path. I don't know why they called it that. Anyways, moving on to the Eightfold Path. The first path is wisdom. You gotta be wise. And what does that mean? It means don't be an idiot, basically. To go more in depth, you gotta know the truth, which is the truths of Buddhisms that we went over earlier, and to resist self-centeredness, because that's how you become desired, that's how you have desires, and that's how you become suffering. So be wise, don't desire stuff, ever. The second path is ethical conduit. Anyways, ethical conduct means you gotta stop being mean. You gotta stop saying mean stuff that makes people sad, and you gotta you gotta respect life. So you gotta respect everyone, no matter how insignificant they might seem, and you gotta work for the good of others. You gotta do good things for the world, like plant a tree or community service or volunteer at a soup kitchen, whatever. Ethical conduct, easy, right? Next step, you gotta mentally discipline yourself. Mental discipline. I'll draw a little figure to represent it. This is your brain, and this is your brain lifting a dead weight. And what mental discipline means is you sort of just gotta discipline your brain. To go more in depth, you gotta free your mind from all evil. So this is an evil, you gotta cross it out. And you gotta elevate your thoughts above mood and emotion. You feel happy, you feel sad, you feel angry, you feel jealous. Get rid of that. You can't have emotions up in this Buddhism, man. You gotta meditate. That's the last one. Just sit with your legs in a pretzel, close your eyes, breathe a bunch. This is a discipline, so you gotta get used to it, man. If you want to reach nirvana, if you ever want to reach it, you gotta discipline yourself. Just saying. And basically, the end goal of all this, you're probably thinking, like, what's the end goal? Nirvana, baby. It's the end to the cycle of rebirth. It's the end of, you get to free yourself from your body on earth, and you get to leave this mortal plane forever into nirvana, into salvation, basically. Leave your earthly body, ascend, and right, that's Hinduism. I'm gonna go check my OBS to see if I have enough time to. Nope. Okay, it's been 9 minutes. See ya.